Hi, hello, and how's it, Padel Muchos? In this video, we are so excited to bring to you the highest level of paddle on Padel Mucho. The best players and pairings are battling it out in the men's final of Port to Peak Div1 Padel tournament, hosted by Arturf Padel Arena, Oxdog South Africa, and Padel Bros. Introducing the players, we have Max and his partner is Tian. Then their opponents are Brett and David is on the left. You can watch their semi-final, the video will be linked to this one. If you like paddle, you are in the right place. At Padel Mucho, we cover paddle matches with more to come. We want to thank everyone for watching. Please support us by liking and sharing. If you have not yet, please subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Instagram. Tian is serving first. Brett returns and Max volleys strong. David's shot hits the fence. Max volleys David's return and Brett gets behind Max. Max lobs and Brett misses his overhead. It is 40-love. Max volleys aggressively, but Brett digs it back. David lobs down the middle. Tian bahaders, David defends, then Tian switches to Brett, who covers calmly, but Tian forces the error. Brett serves and volleys. Tian lobs and Brett smashes. Max covers and Brett is able to defend, but Max pops it out. It is now love 40. Max forces the error with a Chiquita. Max serves and attacks but misses his Vibora attempt. It is now 40-15. Max and Tian take net. Brett lobs, Tian hits an overhead which David tracks. Brett applies the pressure, Tian defends, and David forces the error. Max keeps being aggressive at net. Brett stays steady and covers every shot till he gets behind Max and gets it back to deuce. Brett returns well and then forces Max back. Max misses his bahada. Max serves well to force silver point. Brett defends, Tian bahaders, but David's block takes him wide. David takes over and forces the error to break back. David serves and Brett volleys deep. Max lobs, Brett viboras, and Max overblocks. At 30-15, David volleys to both corners to force a lob and Brett X3s. David serves and volleys to force Max to lob. David kick smashes, Tian hits into the fence, but David gets it. Max kick smashes, David tracks that, and Tian is forced to boast off the back glass, and then Brett kick smashes to make it 2-all. At 15-all, Brett lobs, Max lobs too. Brett's Vibora hit the net, then goes over. David applies pressure, but then overhits. Max volleys to make it 40-15. Brett doesn't return the serve. Brett serves and applies pressure to Max. Max lobs, Brett kick smashes, Tian retrieves, Brett snipes to force the error. David stays steady at net. Tian switches to Brett. Off the glass from Max. Brett misses. Brett and David force Max into a lob, and Brett smashes to win the game. Max serves and take ascendancy with Tian. Brett is defending and lobs over Tian, who lobs. David kick smashes, but Tian tracks it and X falls. Tian forces a lob from David, but Max kick smashes. Tian forces David into another lob, and Tian kick smashes. Max serves well and takes advantage to get the lob, and Max kick smashes to hold. David serves and volleys into Tian's corner. Brett then holds firm at net with David. Brett finds some space behind Tian, and David hits the winner. At 30 love, David volleys deep and eventually forced a lob from Tian. Brett pops it out. With this, it is 4-all. Tian serves, Brett lobs and blocks Max's Vibora well. David goes behind Tian to force another backglass boast, then Brett bombs the X3. Tian serves and whacks the volley. Brett reacts fast and then lobs off the backglass. Tian X3s, but David goes out and gets it back. Tian hits into space, Brett boasts again, Tian Viboras, and David just misses. It's 15-30. Tian smacks another volley which Brett is ready for. David lobs and Tian almost X3s, but David is there to force the error. Max attacks Brett, and off his kick smash, David decides to cover, but Brett knocks it down and Max hits the winner. Max volleys hard and Brett overhits. Brett lobs Max, smashes. Brett blocks, Max hits down his fence, Brett boasts, and Tian kick smashes. Tian attacks, but David defends. Couple shots later, David lobs. Tian bahadas, but David blocks. Brett and Tian take each other on. Tian lobs, and Brett misses his Vibora. Brett serves and volleys the winner. David and Brett volley deep to make it 30 love. David forces a lob from Max and kick smashes. David and Brett continue to volley deep and they hold serve. Max and Tian take net. David lobs, Max Viboras, Brett blocks, David stays solid, and then Brett finds the gap. Brett lobs, and Max misses his bahada. Tian attacks to make it 15-30. David goes down the middle, and Max nets. Tian kabooms the kick smash. Brett lobs, Max Viboras, Brett retrieves and forces the error to break. David serves and volleys deep and low to force the error. Brett then volleys well and jams Max up. David first attacks. With his Bajada, he gets past, but Tian returns. Max forces David back, and defending, he boasts. Max nets his overhead. On set point, David volleys deep. Max lobs, and David X3s. That is it. David and Brett take the first set. What will happen next? Can Max and Tian come back? It is now love 30. Tian and Max attack. Max kick smashes, David covers, but hits into the fence. On break point, David and Brett grind till they find the error. Brett serves and volleys deep. Off the lob, Brett kick smashes. Brett and David keep net and keep their balls deep. Once a gap is found, they attack till the error is found. Brett attacks and off the fence, Max overhits. Brett serves to Tian and David powers the winner. Max serves and bangs a winner. Then, at 30 all, Tian attacks. Then Max attacks too. Brett returns, but Max finds the gap down the middle. David lobs the return. Tian Bajadas, Brett blocks, David takes over with deep shots, and then he attempts the backhand pop-out to win the point. Max and Tian take net. David lobs Tian, Brett and David take net and keep the balls deep. As the ball gets lifted, David attacks. Max blocks, but David booms the kick smash. Max overhits. Max lobs, Brett kick smashes. Brett and David take net and volley deep. David gets Max to lob. Brett viboras twice to force the error. David serves and Brett unleashes a 3-ball attack.
David and Brett apply the pressure. David then drops the ball and the spin makes it awkward and they win.
Brett places his return, moves to net and finishes the point. David lobs, Max ganchos down the middle, Brett lobs. Max Bajadas, David blocks, and Max lobs, Brett powers the kick smash. On break point, David and Brett are forced to defend, but they find a way to force the error. Brett and David keep net and volley deep. 15 love. Brett and David apply pressure to Max, and it's now 30 love. Brett continues to dominate, and he downs another kick smash. Max hits the winner. Max then passes David and hits another winner. But with this, the match and title is won.
Well done to both the teams on their performance. Brett and David are the champions. There is no doubt they were the strongest. Here you can see some footage of them receiving their prizes and getting their hands on the trophy. If you haven't yet, please can you assist and support us by subscribing to Padel Mucho and liking this video. Let's grow this space together and also help take Padel higher. We want to thank all of you for watching and we hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next. Vamos!